Hi, welcome back to another episode of Tape Time with Tom. My name is Chris, and today we're going to be doing another round of VHS Haul. Instead of the previous episodes where you took a look at the boxes of VHS tapes that I got from my local thrift store, we are going to be instead taking a look at all the VHS tapes that I got during the holiday season, whether it's stuff from local thrift stores, online like Etsy, or even some other places that my parents managed to find. Let's hop to it. Like the previous episodes, we're going to be taking a look at all the tapes that I already have in my collection, and then we're going to be moving on to those that are new additions. So the first batch of tapes we're going to be taking a look at are going to be the ones my parents found through freecycle.org. So it's I don't know, I think it's just an online source that like people just like, hey, come pick up some stuff that's free, you just have to go get it. And my parents managed to find a box of VHS tapes and was like, I'll take the lot, like Harry Potter. So there's only a small handful that are actually free because the rest of these tapes are gonna be stuff that I got either online or from thrift stores and I was able to hand select stuff. So there's gonna be only a small overlap in this episode. First up is going to be the Baz Luhrmann classic starring Ewan McGregor and Nicole Kidman, Moulin Rouge. One of the few Baz Luhrmann movies that I actually remember watching, but it's one that I remember watching fondly, probably because my mom liked it a whole lot. Nicole Kidman sizzles as Satine, the dazzling star of a popular French nightclub that caters to society's decadent elite. At the height of her sexual power, the stunning craze unwittingly draws Christian, a struggling young writer portrayed by Ewan McGregor, into her seductive spell. Their steamy affair sparks scandal and explosive consequences. 2001, color, 128 minutes. Yeah, I remember watching this one when I was younger. This one's fun. I have not seen this in a fortnight. I already have it in my collection. It'll be fun to rewatch though. Next up is going to be the Jim Carrey 1997 comedy, Liar Liar, a movie that I have not seen, and nor do I have a strong inkling to do so. I don't know why. Jim Carrey's never really been my bag for whatever reason, but I'm excited to watch this regardless. I'll watch this eventually. It's not high on my list, but I'll watch it eventually. Next up is going to be the all-time classic, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, a movie that I've seen many times, though unfortunately not recently. One of the most popular screen westerns ever made, this Academy Award-winning classic blends adventure, romance, and comedy to tell the true story of the West's most likable outlaws. No one is quicker than Butch Cassidy, played by Paul Newman, when it comes to get-rich-quick schemes, and his sidekick Sundance, played by Robert Redford, is a wizard with the gun. When these two bungling bank and train robbers tire of running from the law, they set out for Bolivia, with Sundance's girlfriend, played by Catherine Ross. Though they could barely speak enough Spanish to communicate, this is a stick-up that's only a minor detail to the two nicest bad guys who ever rode the West. Yeah. This movie is a heck of a lot of fun. I have William Goldman's book that I'm planning on reading, Adventures in the Street Ride, hopefully very soon. But yeah, this movie is an all-time classic. If you guys haven't seen it, you gotta go watch it. All right. And surprisingly enough, we have an unwrapped, still sealed copy of American Beauty, Oscar winner from Sam Mendes. What year was this, 99? Yeah, 99. I'm pretty sure the first tape is just a movie. The second tape is gonna be the special bonus features, which, wow, this actually has, so this has an exclusive storyboard presentation with audio commentary from the director, as well as DP Conroy Hall, and some featurettes and stuff. So yeah, this is only 2 hours. The second tape is just the special features. I remember watching this. I thought it was interesting. This ought to be rewatched now in light of everything with Kevin Spacey, just for like a recontextualization. But yeah, Annette Bening's great. Wes Bentley's in there, Chris Cooper, Allison Janney. I forgot she was in this. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen American Beauty, please let me know what you think. Cool. So now we're transitioning over to the tapes that I do not have by way of a really cool box set of Hitchcock. Alfred Hitchcock's box set of his early years. The Master of the Macabre brings you action, humor, heart-pounding suspense, and visual artistry on 10. Count 'em 10 quality videos, including Sabotage, The Man Who Knew Too Much, The 39 Steps. Let's go like this so you could read it. The Lady Vanishes, Young and Innocent, Rich and Strange, Murder, Secret Agent, Number 17, and Juno, and the Paycock. So I already have 2 of these tapes. I have the 39 Steps one, and then I have Murder and Secret Agent, but now I have the whole set in this awesome collection piece. This is, honestly, without a doubt, one of the coolest box sets I've ever seen. This box set was released in 1993. Can't wait to dive into this in the future. Which one of these do the only one I've ever actually had the closest chance of watching is either The Man Who Knew Too Much or the 39 Steps, one of those 2. I've never seen any of the other ones. And I've never even heard of Juno and the Paycock. So I'm excited to see what these are like. All right, so again, these are from the VHS tapes that my parents got through freecycle.org. Again, as a reminder, these are the tapes that I do not have already in my collection. So we're just going to get this one out of the way first. It's going to be just a 60-second workout. Presumably, this tape is longer than 60 seconds. Otherwise, it'll be just a waste of tape and space. But yeah, this might be fun to exercise to for the channel. So I might do that one of these days. This looks like it's 40 minutes long. From 1997, from a guy named Larry North. This will be fun to try to do for the channel. Let me know if you want me to. Oh my goodness. We have a couple other tapes. This one's going to be kind of cool. This does not have a box, but I have seen at least part of it before. Creature Comforts from the Aardman Studios, the creators of Wallace and Gromit, one of my personal favorites. So this has Creature Comforts, and it looks like it has Watts Pig, Not Without My Handbag, and maybe something else on here. I wish this had the actual case for it, because this is actually really cool. I can't wait to watch this. This is only 33 minutes long, and I've seen Creature Comforts. That's on YouTube, and the other ones I don't think I've ever heard of. But yeah, can't wait to dig into this. So we have Oscar winner, surprisingly enough, My Cousin Vinny, a movie that I've never seen, but I've seen the classic scene at the very end. So let's just read it. In this must-see comedy hit, 2 carefree pals traveling through Alabama are mistakenly arrested and charged with murder. Fortunately, one of them has a lawyer friend in the family. Vincent Gambini, played by the great Joe Pesci, a former auto mechanic from Brooklyn who has never been in court or in Alabama. When Cousin Vinny arrives with his leather-clad girlfriend Marissa Tomei in her Oscar-winning supporting actress performance to handle his first case, it's a real shock for him and the Deep South. And who are the 2 guys? One of them is Ralph Macchio, and I don't know what the other guy's name is. But yeah. My Cousin Vinny, I can't wait to watch this. This looks like a heck of a lot of fun. So we have up next is going to be As Good As It Gets, starring Jack Nicholson, Helen Hunt, and Greg Kinnear, and a dog. Yeah, so this is from James L. Brooks. This is 139 minutes long, and I don't know, Golden Globe winner for Best Picture, and I think it probably was nominated for some Academy Awards. I remember James L. Brooks most from The Simpsons as well as broadcast news. But, so this is what it is. Winner 1997 Academy Awards Best Actor and Best Actress Helen Hunt. I've never seen it. It's not high on my list, but I'll watch it eventually. We have a movie that I've never heard of called DOA, starring Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan. So let's not read the back so I have a good guess of what this movie is. I'm willing to bet Dennis Quaid is dead on arrival, and then Meg Ryan meets him. And then they have his past coming up, and she has to reckon with it, or vice versa. And I'm gonna continually not read the back, just so it's a mystery for me, because some of the best times I've ever watched movies is when I'm going into it completely blind. This will be fun to watch, eventually. Next up is going to be a movie called High Spirits, starring Peter O'Toole, Daryl Hannah, and Steve Guttenberg. He's American, she's a ghost. Vacation and romances are always a hassle. This movie seems like a heck of a lot of fun. Impoverished Peter Plunkett hatches the perfect plan to save his debt-ridden Irish castle, lure American tourists by advertising the place is haunted. But when Peter and his wacky staff don sheets and chains to go a-hunting, they scare up more than paying guests. They arouse the real ghost of Castle Plunkett, as moldy and murderous a crew of spooks who have ever terrorized the Celtic countryside or fell in love with a mortal. 99 minutes, 1988, PG-13. This movie is probably the one that I'm most excited to watch whenever we get around to it. So, next up is going to be a movie that I've never heard of called Women and Men, Stories of Seduction. And I think this is one of... Is this not? Oh, never mind. Part of it is based on Ernest Hemingway's Hills Like White Elephants. One of them is going to be directed by Tony Richardson, one of them is directed by Ken Russell, and the other one is directed by Frederick Raphael. You'd think you'd have at least one female director for a movie that's about women and men, stories of seduction. But who could say? This movie seems like a lark. 90 minutes from 1995, and this will be interesting. I've always been interested in movies where they have multiple directors doing multiple scenes, I guess, but this seems like it's just like 3 short stories stitched together in some way or fashion. Almost like a creep show, but for like romance. So I don't know what differentiates this between just like 3 30-minute short films. We'll find out. Maybe we'll find out one of these days. And lastly, for the free box of tapes that I am most excited to watch, because it's one of my favorite movies, being John Malkovich from Spike Jonze and the great Charlie Kaufman. This movie is fantastic. I love it so much. I've seen this many times. John Cusack, Cameron Diaz, and one of the only performances that I genuinely think she's good in, unfortunately. But yeah, 3 Academy Award nominations for Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Supporting Actress. If you guys haven't seen Being John Malkovich, I highly recommend it. They have a really great Criterion Blu-ray for it. But if you're like me, you could always watch it on VHS. I will see you momentarily while we go and take a look at more tapes. So we're gonna go in order of what seems more interesting, I guess. I don't know. So these 2, I only got 2 tapes at a Goodwill when we were up visiting some friends. One of them is not going to be anything special. It's just going to be just an unopened, which is kind of cool. Standard grade, EP mode, 6 hours. It's just a blank cassette tape, which is unopened. So I'm definitely going to be using this for capturing some stuff in the future. So it's always good to have some of these on hand. Next up is going to be a Crocheting Made Easy instructional VHS tape. Learn how to crochet 4 heirloom Afghans created with Sayel and Wintic yarns. I'm not quite sure what that means, but this is from 1986. My wife likes to crochet, so this will be fun to watch this with her and see if she thinks it's right, I guess, or if she could learn anything or a minute or two from this. Yeah, 40 minutes long. This should be fun to watch. Okay, okie dokie. Winding down now. So this is just from a local a thrift store that's a little, not too local, but relatively close, like 40 minutes away from me. So I was able to choose these tapes. I got these all for 10 cents, which is always fun. Always a good deal, at least I think so. A lot of westerns and then some cool other stuff. So Collateral Damage, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, from 2002, directed by Andrew Davis. Officials investigating a terrorist bombing warn Gordy Brewer, presumably Arnold, not to get involved, but events have already involved him in the most horrible way. His wife and child are among the victims claimed in the blast. Oh my God. Nail-biting excitement and bold one-man heroics fuel the powerful thriller Collateral Damage. Superstar Arnold Schwarzenegger plays that one man. He's Brewer, a Los Angeles fireman who sets out to find the elusive terrorist known as El Lobo, the wolf. Andrew Davis, the fugitive, directs. Definitely pacing the action as Brewer stalks his prey from LA to the jungles of Colombia, to the power corridors of Washington, D.C. Brewer knows El Lobo will strike there, but how, when, and precisely where? In the feverish scramble for answers, one thing is clear: Collateral Damage is a ticking time bomb of suspense. Yeah, bonus features interviews with Arnold and filmmakers. This movie looks like a rip-roaring, fun time. I can't say it's gonna be great, but it looks like it's gonna be a heck of a lot of fun. Next up is going to be, I think, is this Oscar winning? 2 Academy Award winning nominations. Okay, so this did not win anything, but it was close to. Ali, by the great director Michael Mann. Will Smith delivers a towering performance in Academy Award nominee Michael Mann's epic story of one of the greatest athletes and most controversial Americans of all time. Challenging the authorities and convention with defiance and charisma, Ali journeyed far beyond athletics. With an all-star cast including Jamie Foxx, Mari Van Peebles, and a mesmerizing performance by Academy Award nominee Jon Voight, Mann's powerful masterpiece brings you into the stunning intimacy with Muhammad Ali in his most turbulent decade. Yeah, I've never seen this. I'm looking forward to watching it. This looks like a heck of a lot of fun. Up next is going to be a movie that I've never heard of. Apparently it's a sequel, so it's Pierce Brosnan in Detonator 2, Night Watch. action and espionage share a common bond, based on the Alistair MacLean's novel Night Watch. It's a sequel to a movie called Death Train, which another movie that I've never heard of. So Pierce Brosnan, credited for Detonator as well as The Lawnmower Man, as James Bond in GoldenEye, stars in this action-packed thriller based on Night Watch. Bronson is Mike Graham, debonair and dangerous, and one of the UN's top spies to recover a missing Rembrandt. He's teamed with Alexandria Paul from Baywatch. Crossing the globe in pursuit of the painting, the secret agents stumble upon a North Korean bomb designed to destroy the communication systems of the West. What starts as a straightforward mission ends in a complex web of global conspiracy that threatens the very future of the world. That sounds like the most ridiculous plot of a movie I've ever heard. And I can't wait to watch it. I might even have to watch this for the channel. All right, up next is going to be just a bunch of Westerns. The first one is going to be, we're going to talk about Chris Christopherson in The Tracker from HBO Video. I've never heard of this one. This one looks pretty cool. I like Chris Christopherson, and I like him even older when he's just a tracker. He thought his days of violence had ended, but the battle between good, presumably is evil, it's covered up by a little sticker right there, so I can't read it, is not over, I guess? I don't know. I'm guessing that Chris Christopherson is a tracker, and he gets wrapped up in some crime in the Midwest. That's what I'm willing to bet this plot of this movie is. Can't wait to watch it. Looks a lot of fun. All right, up next is just going to be 3 Clint Eastwood westerns from like the 60s through 70s, I think. So, first one's going to be Hang 'em High from what year is this? 66, I think. 68. Next one's going to be A High Plains Drifter from 1973. And the last one is going to be an unopened copy of Pale Rider, one of his own directorial films from 1985. I haven't seen any of these, and I'm looking forward to watching them. I hear great things for High Plains Drifter, for the ending in particular. And I don't know, all 3 of these movies look kick-ass. I can't wait to watch them. Last but not least, okay. So the last of these VHS tapes, 2 of these are going to be from Etsy, from the shop known as Eject VHS. The all-time classic, a special edition of Mission Impossible 2. And this is a little sneak peek because we'll be doing, hopefully, if I get around to it, it's more of the commentaries leading up to Dead Reckoning, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, coming out later this year. I have never seen Mission Impossible 2. I've only seen the first one, parts of the third, and then all the modern day stuff from the rush when the Kremlin explodes or something like that. I don't know. So I can't wait to watch this. This is from director John Woo. Special features include a Mission Impossible stunts featurette, 11 amazing stunt sequences, as well as the MTV parody, which I think has Ben Stiller as Tom Cruise. So I can't wait to watch this, and I can't wait to see that little featurette at the end of this. Next, this is the tape that I wanted to buy. It was in my shopping cart. Someone else was going to buy it, so I had to grab it real quick. It's the Simpsons Christmas special, one of my all-time favorites. So the Christmas special is just their first episode, and I've never had it on VHS. I've seen this probably 100 times. It's an all-time classic. I love it so much. It's beautiful. So that's that. That's for the stuff from Etsy. And the last tape we're going to be talking about today, I got from Vinegar Syndrome during their Black Friday sale, and it came around Christmas. Then I didn't get a chance to talk about it in the last one, and we're talking about it now because I got it for Christmas. Because it's technically a Christmas movie called Bloodbeat, A Force of Evil, A Reign of Death, aka Demon Sword. This movie looks kick-ass. A brutal terror beyond your worst nightmare. Sarah and her boyfriend Ted have decided to spend Christmas, this is declaring that this is a Christmas movie, just so you know, with Ted's mother at her home in rural Wisconsin. However, upon arriving, Sarah begins to feel a strange presence around her, and soon after, a mysterious figure garbed in a samurai outfit begins murdering the townsfolk, eventually setting his sights on Sarah, Ted, and his family. A supernatural slasher film like no other. I'm not going to say his name because I don't think I'm going to pronounce it correctly. His French-U.S. co-production, Bloodbeat, applies an art house aesthetic to its American regional cinema stylings, resulting in a dreamy and haunting atmosphere to complement the bloodletting and outrageous twists. 1983 color, 87 minutes, unrated. I love Vinegar Syndrome. They're fantastic, and I always try to get one of their VHS tape releases. I also got a Blu-ray of Don't Open Till Christmas, which I still haven't watched yet, but I did open it before Christmas, so I don't know if that's bad luck. But yeah, look at this absolutely beautiful green teal looking tape. This looks amazing. I can't wait to watch this. This might be one that we'll watch blind for the channel. It looks beautiful. I can't wait. This looks so cool. That's that, everyone. This is the 5th VHS haul for Tape Time with Tom. Please let me know which of these tapes you like the most, which one you want to see covered in a commentary, or if you just want me to watch and talk about it, I could do that also. My favorite out of this batch is probably going to be Bloodbeat because I bought it, but also for the ones that I got for free, technically, they're kind of like a blind acquisition. Has to be the Creature Comforts, because when I was going through the first time, I had no idea what it was, and it didn't even log to me until I took a look at it right before this video recording. Well, that's all for today. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and always rewind, but more importantly, be kind. All right, see you guys later.